Oh, hey, Citizen Zone, how's it going? Today we're going to be talking about interesting things like the Great Reset. I keep hearing those words popping across the channels of a different tubers, but I figured I'd throw my own foray in and say that I don't know. I think it's kind of weird a little bit. It might actually be an entailing a lot of that Agenda 2030 stuff that I was reading about a long time ago. And I don't know, if Joe Biden has kind of recently maybe come out. Well, it wasn't directly from Joe, it was John Kerry that came out and said that low key, apparently Joe Biden is in with the Great Reset plan that was put out by the World Economic Forum just a few months ago after this whole, COVID 19 business started across the land. So, like, a lot of people like me would automatically look at this as being, something quite nefarious in the sense that it's coming from the political elite, it's coming from the monetary elite, meaning that it's coming from the Illuminati. Those people that we make fun of, that everybody tells me that they exist, but all I can find are strange websites online, and then when I tell them it's really easy to join them, nobody ever understands me. Those guys. So we've been living through this lockdown esque lifestyle. I mean, there's people that tell me military policing is coming, martial law is coming, and I'm kind of like, yo, dude, it's already here, man. We already have people getting locked down every single day. I mean, all these different places right into Christmas and the holidays have gotten locked down. We're seeing new lockdown orders coming from places all over the states, and they're telling us once again we can't leave our houses, we can't go anywhere, you can't do anything. And this is all right around the same time we're having this great issue with the election systems that is kind of calling for a great reset in a lot of different ways, because if half of the country doesn't believe we can trust what's going on with our, apparently bad or flawed election system, then what are we going to really do in the future? There's a lot of folks that have proclaimed that this is going to be like an end style, an ending of the American Republic. And I think in a lot of ways we might actually be seeing that. And we still haven't even hit the December 14th line on this entire situation. Like, we just hear about proposals on both sides. Trump is still moving forward, acting like he's getting another 4 years. And at the same time, Biden is moving forward, acting like he's already in control. And it's already very clear that the money to lead are already kind of interweaving with each other to try to really take this forward into a different kind of economical reset. It To me, it sounds like a crypto reset. That's the thing that they're doing. If we follow popular culture, for a while there, the only other great reset that I could have heard of was the one that was happening within Mr. Robot, where they deleted all the financial records for all of the different banks and things, but it didn't end up being the way that he thought it would be. He destroyed all of the paper and digital records, but then all the banks did was just create a digital currency so that they could just resubvert and submit everyone that's out there. And that was the thing that scared me about the Bitcoin test, is because a lot of people used to say Bitcoin was involved with like some nefarious individuals, even though the reality is it was just a small group of silly people thinking that they could change the future. And even then, you don't hear about Satoshi Nakamoto anymore. I mean, people talk about who he could possibly be, but that guy disappeared a long time ago because people realized, or maybe he realized, that he was going to be the biggest target that ever was. And here we are now. The actual industries are starting to look at Bitcoin as a actual asset nowadays, because it spent the time that is necessary for people to in those fields to actually start investing in it. We're seeing massive gains, but this is only for a small period of time, because what happens when PayPal and all of the big mafias out there that are already controlling the currencies decide to bring out their own stable currency or global economic currency. And how does that fit into a Biden presidency? And how does that fit into a Trump presidency? I mean, for a long time, I've heard about things like the Amero, the Euro, and the Euro almost looked like it was going to be a failed idea because it was basically the same kind of money, right? It's the same kind of flawed money that we were using before. And now we're looking at this new conglomeration with all of these different countries coming together. Like, if we're going to do a global financial reset, really the only thing that could actually feasibly unify people would be a global crypto style currency. Maybe it wouldn't be a true crypto, but it would be something that would be utilized. And I mean, that right there in itself is a scary situation because if you understand the way those public blockchains work, that means that basically everything that you do and spend is going to be on a public ledger that's searchable in some way, shape, or form by some sort of organization. And I mean, with all the benefits that come with that, there's also a bunch of like not so good things. So here we are on the precipice of this thing where at Carson City, I'm out here, watching all these people protest and being very proud of my fellow patriots and countrymen. But at the same time, I'm starting to realize that even then, the whole unleashing of the Kraken thing is just showing us how many individuals within our scope are actually involved in the game. I mean, there's people that are part of the Kraken that don't even know it, dude. They just operate because they believe the hype. They're psyoped into understanding that future. And the polarization of the Q movement has really, really shown us that not only was this very powerful, this mind control that's affecting all of these people, at the same time, we're starting to see that folks are just willing to leave it by the wayside because of how they feel and understand. And that's the true reset that we should all be worried about, is because we've already reset like our morals as a country for the most part. And when we see a lot of people that are willing to just let this thing go by the wayside because they don't like somebody. It's a strange thing. It's something that we're not even going to get away from, not even in close in the next little bit. And you should be looking more into that just a little bit. So make sure you follow Project Properness. That's Propernes. And we'll definitely see a little bit more on what we can do. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Do all that good stuff. Become a member. And definitely leave us a comment below. Let me know what you feel, how you think. And I hope you guys are having a blessed day. And we'll see you again. Be excellent to each other. Adios.